50 movies in 50 weeks. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set from Mill Creek in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was Little Shop of Horrors from the year 1960. Oh, it's newer than I thought it was. I thought this came out in like the 50s. Regardless, this is a classic. I think the remake with Rick Moranis is more popular. It's definitely the one I've seen more. I've seen the remake more than this one. It's the remake is probably one of the only musicals I ever returned to. Sorry, I tried to record this video without holding him, but when I did, he became a menace. So, where was I? Oh yes. So I've seen this movie a few times, of course, but I'm more familiar with the remake with Rick Moranis and a bunch of other great actors. Steve Martin, not so great actors, Jim Belushi. But I haven't seen this one in a while. The last time I watched the Riff Tracks version of it, which I have right here, and it's honestly not their best effort, because here's the problem. This movie's actually funny. So to have a Riff Tracks or a comedic commentary that's roasting the movie doesn't quite work too well in this specific case. I think the movie for the most part works. I think that's why it was later adapted into a musical stage play and then later adapted into a musical film directed by Frank Oz that honestly I think dwarfs the original film. But it was a lot of fun revisiting this little piece because, it's a Roger Corman movie. You got cameos from Dick Miller. Dick Miller plays a bigger role in this than I remember. He's the character who eats flowers, and he kind of moves the plot along. Always love seeing Dick Miller in something. This also, I think I believe it's Jack Nicholson's first credit. If it's not my fault for getting that wrong. The DVDs always say introducing Jack Nicholson in his first role. So if that's a bit of false information, I blame the DVDs for that. But he plays Bill Murray's character in the remake, the sadist who goes to the dentist because he likes teeth pain. This movie has kind of more plot than the musical version. The musical version feels so full, it's hard to believe that they cut elements out of it for that. But Seymour, the main character in this, he has a mother that's a hypochondriac, which leads to some pretty funny things where it kind of revealed that she knows that she's not really sick. She just wants alcohol, which is a very like old movie trope. It's very funny. I think I've seen that in Don Knotts movies, So I don't really see that kind of thing anymore. But it's such a time capsule of comedy, style of comedy. And also, there is a private detective that's tailing Seymour this whole movie, which is not present in the musical remake. For those who've never seen this movie is about a very absurd, very down on his luck guy, just a complete nerd, who stumbles across he doesn't stumble across, I think he makes it in this version. He crosses a Venus flytrap with something else, and he creates a new species of plant that eats people and talks. The whole movie goes, "Feed me, Seymour, feed me." In the remake, the plant is voiced by one of the Temptations, I believe. And the whole movie, he accidentally keeps killing people. He never does it really on purpose. It's always an accident, and he feeds it to the plant. And it's really funny because this movie could be a straight horror movie. Like the ending of the movie, when the plant sprouts flowers, it has the faces of all of Seymour's victims in the flowers, which I think could be played for horror, but here it's played for comedy. And, this was a really fun one to revisit. I don't really revisit this movie often. When I say, hey, I want to watch A Little Shop of Horrors, I'm always going towards the musical. And it was fun revisiting this one. I haven't seen it in a long time. It had more to it than I remembered. Do I recommend this one? 100% I recommend this one. This one's a lot of fun. It's a Roger Corman flick, one of his better ones, and I think that's all I have to say for now. And I'll see you next time. Remember, please be kind and rewind.